All right, so boys and girls, we are going to be talking more about multiplication properties. So what was one of the multiplication properties that we just talked about? It makes us sound super smart. The distributive property. Say it together.
Distributive property.
All right, and the distributive property is when you break apart one of the numbers. Well, today we're going to be talking about the associative property. Turn and talk to your neighbor about what the associative property is. What is the associative property? We talked about that way back long ago. It has the parentheses. That's the magic of the associative property. Now, it does get a little bit trickier because did the distributive property have parentheses? Yeah, they get used for more than one thing. Okay? But what associative property is, it's grouping. Okay? You're grouping numbers. This is what we've been doing on our morning work. The way you group numbers doesn't matter. Say it after me. The way you group
numbers doesn't matter.
I don't care. When we have three numbers, 2, 3, and 4, and we're multiplying those numbers, I don't care if you group the 2 and the 3 and multiply them first, or if you group the 3 and the 4 and multiply them first. I don't care. The way you group does not matter. Say it again. The way I group does not matter.
Does not matter.
Okay, so we're going to be practicing multiplying three different factors. We've got 2, 4, and 6. Do you see what they did up here? They put the parentheses for you already. I want you on your whiteboard, you're going to have your parentheses right there, and you're going to take these numbers and you're going to group them. Do I care how you group them?
No.
I don't care. Let's see what you try. Let's see what you come up with this first try. Let's see what you come up with. Try to group them. See what you get. Look what they've done on the board. That one's distributive. This one's associative. When you're looking up here, how many sets of parentheses are you going to have? How many parentheses do I have up here? Just the 2 right here. It's actually called one set. Parentheses here, parentheses here. Distributive property is going to have 2 sets. This just has one. Blank, blank, and blank. That's what you're filling in. The 3 blanks. Yep. Yep. For your first try, correct grouping. Is there another way to group it?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are smarter than I am. What's another way to group it?
6 and 2.
6 and 2. Which one's left out now? 4. Parentheses mean do this part first. That's what parentheses mean. Parentheses mean do this part first. Do I care if you multiply 6 times 4 first? Do I care if you multiply 4 times 2 first?
No.
Do I care if you do 6 times 2 first? No. When you're multiplying these 3 numbers, I don't care which 2 you decide to do first. You group them however you want to. Here's a little tip. I usually group them in a way that it's easy for me to do the math. I would not do 6 times 4 because that gets me 24, and then I've got to do a 2-digit times a 1-digit, and I don't know that as a basic fact. But when I look at this, 4 times 2, that gets me 8. Do I know my 8s? Yeah, I can do 8 times 6. 6 times 2, do I know my 12s? Yeah, I mean, sort of. Okay, I know you guys do. 6 times 2, and so that gets me 12 times 4. So I try to group them in a way that it's easy for me. Remember that? All right, let's try a new one. I'm going to give you 3 numbers. Yes! Keaton's like, I love 3 numbers. Okay, I'm going to give you 3 numbers, and you're going to group them however you want in order to get the product. You ready for my 3 numbers? I want you to show me the associative property. Do we understand it now? The second try is a little bit better? All right, look up here. Trinity, give me a number to throw in here. Which? 2. Give me another number. 5. Is that what you said? Or did you say 3? All right. What does that leave out? Poor 5. Everybody say poor 5.
Poor 5.
He's left out of the parentheses. But don't worry, we won't forget him. Which part of this math problem do we do first? Which part? Turn and tell your neighbor. Which part do you do first? Which part do you do first? Tell me. Which part? Which part? Which part?
2 times the 2 times 3.
Yeah. Because parentheses mean you got to do this part first. There's something called an order of operations. Way too hard for me to teach you right now, but it always says parentheses first. Whatever's in the parentheses, do that first. Now what do? I've got 6 here. What do I do with it? Trinity. Yeah, see? 5's not alone. We have 5. Now what do?
Multiply them 2.
And I get
32.
the associative property. It's how you multiply 3 factors together. Is this a hard thing?
No.
No, we just group a set of factors. Do I care how you group them?
No.
I don't. Just make sure you make a math problem that you can solve. You want to try another one?
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Ready? Who was just like panting there? That was a little odd. 4 and 5 and 6. Because I can't think of a number. Associative property, go. It's a hard word to say. So what does that leave out?
4.
So why do these not right sometimes? Just to be mean to me. All right, which part do we do first? Parentheses. So the answer is? It's a basic fact. 12. Take off a 0 and?
Add 0.
There we go. You guys weren't tricked. I thought that would be hard for you. All right, one last one.
Yay!
Yeeks. I'm going to choose different number. Three and 1. When we group, we put parentheses. It means do that one first. Which one does it leave out?
4.
All right, 3 times 1 is?
3 times 8
Equals what?
24.
All right. Easy enough?
Yes.
Okay.